You ready to do this, Stu?
I am so ready. Punch it, Chewie!
Welcome, super friends, to the Fortress of Nerditude podcast, a safe place to talk about all things in nerd and pop culture. I'm Spencer Stapleton, and my co-pilot is Stu Jones.
And also Spider-Man.
We're two nerds that just refuse to grow up. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 112. We release every Thursday morning. You can find us on our website, fortofnerd.com. We have links to iTunes, Google Music, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, and everywhere podcasts are available. Stop by and relax a while. If you like what you're hearing, hit that subscribe button. You know, that big button that says subscribe, and get us automatically each and every week in your ear holes. Stu, I don't know why, but I'm more excited to have this conversation than I think I should be. I am glad to be here. How are you, my friend?
You are scaring me.
I am pumped.
You and that big red subscribe button.
Yeah, get it.
Oh, man, I'm doing good. How about you?
You know, I am out of the death's doorway that I was on for a few days, so I'm just happy to be alive, and I'm happy to be here.
Are you on NyQuil?
Not tonight. No.
Oh, man. You have just disappointed all the super friends.
I know. But it's going to be a great episode, I promise. Even though I won't be a drug-fueled, NyQuil-induced haze that I don't remember the next day.
Yeah!
It's going to be a good time. That's a promise.
Oh boy. Well, let's see. We had the little thing last week where the new workout regimen was proposed, and so I'm just gonna start that off. So somebody should be doing some push-ups here when I say I've been playing God of War.
Woo woo! God of War in the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
tell me about it.
I broke down. I set up the PS4 Pro upstairs in my office with a 4K monitor, and oh my gosh.
How does that look?
They look real. I mean, the real people on the screen. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Just all the textures, and I'm sure that just on regular PlayStation 4 it looks great, but it's ridiculous. Like, you can almost see like the texture of skin. It's so glorious, man. But you were right with, I think even better than that, when you were talking about your favorite music of 2018 being the God of War soundtrack. It is haunting. It
is pretty amazing. It sticks with you.
It does. It's, so it's beautiful. The sound is great. The gameplay, I gotta say, is very solid and very tight, but it is difficult for me to stick with it for more than little bits and pieces at a time. It's not my favorite style of game. There are some parts of the game you have to be really precise with, especially some of the puzzles are just really nuisances. It's not like the skill is required.
It's the timing.
Yeah, and if it's a hard puzzle and I got to figure it out, I'll do those all day long and be happy about it. But if it's like, if you know the solution, but you have to execute it perfectly. Oh, and I'm talking to you, Second Realm, with the things you got to hit 3 in a row with the axe while they're moving, and oh, come on.
Here's the thing I found out about that, because I was struggling with some of them, and eventually I was like, okay, I can't spend 45 minutes. I get it. I'm missing it by a split second, and I'm trying to time this thing perfectly. What I found out was that some of them will actually go a little bit longer, so depending on the order in which you hit them, you'll have more time to complete it. And then in some places they said, if you stand right here, you can hit one, do a 180 turn, hit the next one, and then hit the last one with only a little jaunt, like a little walk over to get clear to the third one. That helped me out a lot, because all of a sudden I was barely missing it, and then I changed up the way I was doing it, and then I got 3 seconds to spare. I'm like, seriously? That makes no sense, but whatever.
Yeah, and then finding all those crows. There are...
It gets easier.
They're everywhere, but I hope so.
It does get easier because you start really knowing where to look for, because you're like, oh, this would be a good place. Then you're like, oh, and what do you know?
Yeah. But I did finally get 100% in one mini area, so that was
nice.
Fulfilling. I'm in. I don't want to spoil much, but I'm in the.
The game did come out almost a year ago now.
Yeah, but I have left Midgard.
Okay.
For the first time, so.
Yep.
Messing around with them elves.
Yes, I know where you're at.
Yeah. So, but I mean, overall, still very solid game. I see why everybody loves it. I did get the Red Dead Redemption bundle.
Right.
And honestly, I'm really hankering to play that. I did play like the first hour and a half of it, and visually speaking, in a very different way, it definitely competes with God of War. But if I play that, I know I will not finish God of War.
Yeah.
So I am enjoying myself. I just have to do it in spurts. I am still playing Old Republic in the middle of it, which just keeps getting better. This whole story arc they have with the last two expansions is just amazing. I'm playing it as a Sith assassin, and I'm playing bad guy.
Surprise.
Dark side. Yeah, it's strange. But it really still. One of my biggest complaints with the Old Republic was that really, if you wanted a good story, you had to play light side, whether you were Sith or Republic. Like the best Sith stories were light side. If you were dark side, it was like kill everything, evil.
The best Sith stories.
Don't make me feel stupid.
Oh, don't worry. You're going to do it to me like 10 times this podcast. So
that's true.
We're good.
But so even as the bad guys, if you wanted an interesting story, you had to play light side, because otherwise it was just kill, and you're done. And that's great with Bothans, but
yeah, true.
I do have a Bothan follower now, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah. Guess how many times he's going to be thrown over a cliff?
Oh, poor guy.
Hey, I'm just getting the rebel intelligence, But this time, you can play the character how you want to play them, and there are repercussions and choices, and it's still really, really good. So I'm about finished with the first of the last two, and then gonna finish that, and then maybe I'll take a break. Maybe I'll play a light side character. I'm not sure yet. But
interesting enough, when I play World of Warcraft, so there's some sit-ups there for you if you're listening along at home. When I play World of Warcraft, I always play the Horde, which is considered, I guess, technically the bad guys. But when I play like a Star Wars game, like when I played the Old Republic, dude, it's light side all the way. I want to be Jedis. I don't want to be Sith. I just want to be Jedis.
Yeah, well, I've got the whole Vader thing going, and it's...
No, I don't fault you for it. I'm saying, like, for me, it's like, I just always wanted to be a Jedi so dang bad as a child that, like, I get to live out my dream through a video game in just a small way.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Do it.
I will say the best class story for the base game in Old Republic was a Sith Juggernaut playing light side.
Really?
That was deep. That was deep. And then I have not been playing much Beat Saber because somehow I injured my back last week.
Uh-oh, playing Beat Saber?
Not playing Beat Saber. I woke up one morning and just my back was in excruciating pain. It did not let up for a few days. I honestly, just because of, and it wasn't along the spine, just because of where it was, I actually thought I maybe had broken a rib. It was like really painful at the very top of it, and like anything I did to move, it was pulling on. And I had an appointment set for yesterday morning. And finally, yesterday morning when I woke up, it had kind of let up a bit. And then with ibuprofen, it was manageable. Today, I'm probably about 90% better, and finally it started going away. No idea what I would have done to do it.
Do you remember when I told you about how I dislocated a rib?
No.
So I dislocated a rib early in 2018, and I was in excruciating pain for a couple days. And I went to the doctor, and he's like, basically, you could go see a chiropractor, and he could kind of pop it in. He's like, but basically, I dislocated it, and the muscles had swollen and was kind of keeping it in place there. And once the swelling came down, then it just kind of slid back into place, and most of the pain went away. So maybe you did something like that. Maybe,
because it was, when I took the ibuprofen, it wasn't just the pain went away. It was like much more manageable for longer than I would expect the ibuprofen to be effective for. So yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like when the swelling went down, the whole situation got better and stuff. But anyway, I'm feeling so much better, and I'm going to give myself a couple days when I can't feel it anymore, and then then I'll hit the Beat Saber pretty hard. But
Yeah, because that's going to be really hard to explain to your doctor. You're like, well, doc, I was playing this game in virtual reality, see, and I think I pulled something in my back or my rib cage. Yeah.
Well, it'll be a virtual doctor, so I'm sure he'll understand.
Oh, well, those Oasis doctors are the best, so you'll be fine.
Right. And then the client I've been working with for the last year, project went live this week.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. That was a big deal. It just, I mean, a year for a project, and it's still not even touching the surface of what this client needs. But there was still some deployment issues like you'd expect. Actually, much better than you would expect, though. It really minor stuff. There was a lot of prep time that went into it. Me and my team worked really, really freaking hard and a lot of hours getting ready for it, doing a lot of mock deployments and things just to work out things, and that paid off in spades. And the actual deployment went off really, really well. So my team was pretty awesome. I was pretty awesome, gotta say. But already getting ready. They're like wasting no time. I've got another project that starts next week. This will be about 4 months, but it's a much less complex project, and it'll be nice to kind of catch a break. And they're actually here in Salt Lake, so that'll help.
Nice. No crazy traveling then.
Well, I mean, it's still a bit of a burden with having to deal with Morgana, getting her to school and picking her up and all that kind of stuff. So I actually have a line on this girl that's babysat for Morgana here and there. She's looking to get out of her house, and we're looking at maybe her doing like a live-in babysitter arrangement kind of thing.
Wow.
I've got this office here, which is actually a bedroom, put all my stuff in my bedroom, and then the biggest things is making sure she's taken care of during the day, and then the nights are hers and whatnot, and it's already kind of working out. We're going to be talking more about that tomorrow, but that would be a huge relief to everything going on, and I could actually work the job I'm getting paid to do.
Yeah, how about that?
How about that? But that is my week in a very small nutshell. Very
Sounds like you had a good week minus the weird pain.
Yeah, and I mean, even the weird pain was just, it was a hassle, but all things considered, no, I had a really good week. Morgana and I are actually spending more time in the kitchen together, playing with all the Christmas and birthday gifts and reading together, all that kind of fun stuff. So
Nice.
Yep,
Nice.
that's me.
Well, my week has been up and down, and man, I'm so glad that I'm up right now. So I'm going to start with the bad stuff first, right out, get it out of the way. I caught whatever horrible sickness that spread through my family all of last week. Started with Charlie. He had it. He started throwing up and having diarrhea. 2 days later, Jackson had it. Then a day after that, Brita had it. And then like a few days went by, I thought I was cool. Saturday night, it hit me and it put me down Saturday evening, all of Sunday. And then I didn't start feeling human again until, like late Monday afternoon, early Monday evening somewhere. And I was just kind of a mess. And so I really appreciate, Stu, you being willing to push our recording to tonight, which is Tuesday night, because it just allowed me to get some extra sleep and get some extra rest. And yeah, I needed it in the worst possible way.
Yeah, that was totally selfish on my part. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah. Trust me, you would have seen a very different Spencer last night than what you're getting tonight. So,
Sick Spencer is amusing.
Yeah, Sick Spencer when I got a cold and I'm taking the NyQuil, sure, I get that. I kind of enjoy doing the podcast like that because it does make for some goofiness that I
don't even remember talking about that.
I literally don't remember our discussions, and when I edit, I'm like, did I say that? Does that even make sense? What am I talking about? Was I answering Stu? I have these questions, and I went, well, let's keep it in. They'll think I'm just crazy. But that yesterday wouldn't have been that. It would have been the, I want to die. Please let me die. It would have been just miserable. So tonight we get a much better version of me, Fortress Nerd 2 Super Friends. So I'm all excited for that. I finished this week Luke Cage Season 2. I've been trying to plow through my Marvel stuff on Netflix so I can be ready for The Punisher. Here's the deal, Super Friends. It ain't going to happen. It just ain't going to happen. I'm 3 episodes deep in Iron Fist Season 2. I've got to finish Iron Fist And then Daredevil Season 3, which I'm actually really excited to watch. I don't really want to burn through that so much as more enjoy that. So far, I gotta say, Season 2 of Luke Cage...
Yeah, it was a bit of a slog.
It was a slog, and I had a conversation with Caleb Albers middle of last week, and I said, dude, you've seen this, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, you got to be honest with me. You just got to shoot me straight. Is this worth watching all the way through? Is this going to have any impact on anything else? And he's like, it really gets better in the second half. You should finish it. It's worth it. And there's something that kind of happens that makes really makes it, worth watching. I hate to say it, Caleb. I don't know what you were talking about, man. I finished it, and maybe we'll have to talk offline, Caleb. But like, I finished it, and I kind of went, okay. My
guess is that he's talking about the little bit of a team up that happens at the end of it.
Yes. Now that one episode, I was like, okay, this was fun, but one episode out of 13.
I'm glad I watched it. I did find the second half of the season to be better. I found it was worthwhile to watch it, but I would never do it again.
Yeah, there was some character development that I really struggled with in that show in the second season that I went, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't make sense at all. This seems forced and rushed. So, Now, I will say I have been more pleasantly surprised by the first 3 episodes of Iron Fist Season 2 than I did the first season of Iron Fist.
Oh, for sure. Hand over fist. And it gets better. It actually ends up being I really enjoyed the last part of... I really enjoyed Season 2 of Iron Fist, actually.
I've enjoyed the first 3 episodes, so I'm looking forward to finishing that, and then Daredevil.
Daredevil.
I just know I'm going to enjoy that because I know where things were at the end of the Defenders. I enjoyed the first 2 seasons so much. So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to keep my mouth shut after I watch Season 2 of The Punisher when it comes out, so...
Yes.
We'll wait to talk about that till you're done, but...
It's probably going to be a little... I'm just thinking, realistically, I'm probably going to be done with Iron Fist by the time Punisher Season 2 comes out, so... While most people are watching Punisher Season 2, I'm probably going to be working through Iron Man Season 3, so it's probably going to be another... Daredevil. They wear red. They do stuff.
They're the same guy. A blind lawyer and a rich billionaire. Yeah, same thing.
No difference. So I'll probably be like a week or 2 behind. So I did do that. I did finish off that platinum for old God of War.
Did you know?
I did. I went and I had to finish up some stuff that I can't say. Because it would be a spoiler for you. But I did have to finish up some stuff, which allowed me to finish up the last thing that, if you're going to do it, the platinum really is going to be the thing that's going to be the last thing you're going to do.
Let me ask you, with the platinum, does it require you to play on a higher difficulty level?
No.
Okay, then I probably will.
It does not.
Because I can't leave a collectible kind of thing behind.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The artifacts, you have to collect all of them. The ravens, you have to kill all of them.
Expected.
You don't really have to do 100% in every single zone you're going to go to. However, I did. But there will be some things that towards the end...
Well, all right. You're accidentally spoiling things anyway.
There will be some things... I'm just going to say this, because this doesn't spoil any story or anything. There will be some things towards the end, if you're trying to get the platinum, are going to feel a little grindy.
Oh, yeah. That's a platinum trophy, period.
Yeah, if you get to that point, talk to me because I found a tip that really dramatically made things more manageable. Not easy, but more manageable, and it really helped me after that. So, so I did that. That was good. We took the kids to Chuck E. Cheese for a birthday party for a little kid that's in the daycare. That's the first time I've set foot in a Chuck E. Cheese since I was probably like 8. And it's pretty much exactly like I remembered, but the birthday party lady that was kind of throwing it for her kid, she got us a little swipe pass that was like unlimited plays, and she gave us 2, one for each kid. But my boys kept wanting to play the same thing, so my wife took one card and would just swipe it on both of their little things so they could both play at the same time together. I took the other one. I was only going to be there for about an hour of the 2-hour party, and I went and I just tried to earn as many dang tickets as I could because I knew my kids. They've watched like YouTube videos with Chuck E. Cheese in it. Yep. So they knew, Daddy, we can go there. We can win tickets, and then we can trade in the tickets for prizes. And so I knew they're going to want some prizes. I was like, ugh. But I had that unlimited pass, baby. I was scanning and doing the skee ball. I was spinning the old pirate wheel for free tickets. I was doing the little coin drop. All the games that like I would never pay for in a million years because I know that your return. But if you have a free thing and you just keep tapping it and keep going, then you hit it a couple times, you get lucky, and it makes it worth it.
See, the only ones I play are the ones that are going to give me a big payout, and it's not because I want a lot of tickets. It's because feeding all the ones and twosy tickets into that stupid machine is the most...
Yep.
Oh, pull out my brains through my nose.
That's why I don't rip at the tickets, man. I just keep playing and I just keep letting them spit out. So it's one continuous line. So I did that and my kids got like, I don't know, like they got like 4 or 5 little small things each. They didn't want the big stuff, which was great. They wanted, like little slinkies and little erasers. And I was like, perfect. So apparently they had a bunch of points left over afterwards. And I was like, just hold on to them. Next time we go, we can, take it easy. I don't know when that's going to be, if I'm honest. I would prefer not to go back a lot.
Oh,
it was a madhouse. It was a Saturday.
I hope Morgana doesn't listen to this because she had a bunch left over, and about a month after that, I threw them away.
Yeah.
After her 7th birthday. Big plans. Yeah, we're going to come back to that. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I will say their pizza is actually really good. I like their pizza. They just we've gone there. Morgana happens to like it, so we've gone there at least like maybe 2 times a year. Okay. And they just like about 6 months ago, they changed the pizza and actually really good. One of my favorites. So
really?
Yeah.
Well, I will have to try that at some point in the future. I didn't actually stay and eat there. But.
The Urban Air Adventures where we had Morgana's party was an amazing place. Much better than Chuck E. Cheese, but their pizza was cardboard with sauce. Terrible.
Well, can you bring in your own food to a place like that? Or
you can only bring in cake.
Can you bring in...
So I'm going to smuggle some calzones in the middle of the cake.
That's right.
We're jailbreaking food in?
I like it. That's a good idea. It's almost like when you go to the movie theater back in the day. It's like there's a lot of them now that'll let you bring in your own food. But like they wouldn't let you bring it in. And I remember in college, like smuggling a whole pizza into a movie theater, and people are like, how did you get pizza in here? I'm like, I'm not telling my secret, but let me tell you, if things went wrong, I would have been a different man. Woo! Yeah. Speaking of smuggling things into the old movie theater, I got to smuggle you in as my date to go see Glass coming up for your birthday, buddy.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
So,
but
you got to let me know when you want to go.
Well, what are you doing Friday night?
Well, that's the best pickup line I've heard all evening.
I actually already have 2 tickets to see Glass on Friday night, 10:30.
Okay.
So
I can do that. I can make that happen. Although it's how am I going to take you if you already have tickets?
You're going to have to take me when we see it the second time.
Ah, gotcha. So you're saying you've got 2 tickets, but you only have 1 butt, and you need another butt to fill that other seat Friday night at 10:30.
Yeah, maybe my efforts in dating this week haven't really paid off, so...
I can talk with a Southern Belle accent. Why, yes, dear. I'd love to be your date for Friday evening at 10:30.
Oh,
no?
Gosh.
No?
Let's not do that.
Bad. Dude, I'm down. Let's do this.
Sweet.
I'm excited. I will put it on the calendar. And 10:30 is also like way after the kids go to bed.
It's either 10:15 or 10:30. I'll follow up.
Yeah, same difference. Well, let's, now that we got our little romantic rendezvous scheduled.
You know what else is happening this week, though?
What else is happening this week? There's lots of stuff happening this week.
Star Trek Discovery Season 2.
I know. Dang it. And I've got to wait on that because Brita does not want me to watch it because she wants to watch the first season.
Is she watching the first season?
Not yet.
Well, she needs to, if she wants to watch season 2 and she has to watch season 1 to do it, get to it.
I know, just get on that train. Man, I'm really trying to like cram in a lot of stuff to get kind of caught up because come April, man, that Game of Thrones, I cannot be late on that thing.
No, we would judge you harshly.
I would judge me harshly.
I'm already judging you harshly.
Me too.
Okay.
All right, what do you say? Is it time?
I've actually killed a couple Bothans already this week, so I kind of got a head start. So if you would like to catch us up, let's do it.
Yeah, let's slit some Bothan throats and let the blood bleed into rebel intelligence. What do you say?
Gruesome. Let's do it.
I always have to let you know, many Bothans died to bring us this information.
Rest in peace, you Bothans.
All right, Stu, we're into Rebel Intelligence. What do you have for me this week?
Well, speaking of things that are coming up here, there's a little movie you may have heard of called Captain Marvel.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's one of those superhero geeky movies. I don't know.
I saw a picture of it, and there was something weird
stuff
with the hair going on that really kind of caught my attention. I don't know what's up.
Oh, yeah, I like it. Haven't heard one of those in a while.
No, that was awesome.
Trademark of the show, bringing it back. Well, what you may know is that the ticket sales are already available. In many places, you can go ahead and get your tickets for the show on opening night, or like opening, I guess, the first few days or whatever. They've already got them ready to go. Which has been a nice, good tradition for a couple movies that I've seen, mostly named Star Wars.
Sure.
I haven't gotten my pre-order tickets for Captain Marvel. I'll just, go see it. I'll get the tickets when I plan on seeing it. But apparently I'm alone in that because many people have gone absolutely crazy for buying their pre-order tickets for Captain Marvel. Most of the movies have like a few weeks lead in before the movie. This is the earliest that they've done a pre-ticket sale.
It's like almost 2 months out, right?
2 months out, yep. And it is dominating on the pre-ticket sales.
So what's interesting is you said that they didn't publish the actual numbers.
I couldn't
correct?
find them.
So here's my thinking. There could be a reason why they're not publishing them, or maybe not just saying it's setting some record. Because maybe if they feel like, hey, we said that we've sold so many whatever, it could dissuade people from going. But if they say it's setting records, it's crazy, that builds into the hype. So people are going to feel like, oh man, I'm going to have a hard time getting tickets. So let me go get tickets right now.
I actually think what it may be is it may be more related to simply that it hasn't occurred yet, and the people that track those numbers are only tracking it as it happens. So say you sell 100 pre-sale tickets, 10 people refund those before the movie comes out. You can't really know that's going to happen and report on it. A lot of those are audited for accuracy, so it's typically going to be after it's actually happened.
That makes sense too.
Or it may just be that there's no mechanism for tracking that since it's by theater until, they have to report them to the studios.
All of this makes sense, but I like my hype conspiracy theory better.
You're probably absolutely right. I can't even imagine any other possibility having any potential.
Crazy.
So we know it's the first female-led Marvel movie. We know that it is a one-off. It is not an Avengers title.
Correct.
So those two things typically might have some kind of draw, but the only Marvel movie that has had higher pre-order sales is Infinity War.
Really?
The pre-order sales for Captain Marvel have beat out every other Marvel movie.
Now, I wonder what's going to happen when pre-orders for Endgame start.
That might be one that I actually make an exception and pre-order myself. So it'll be Captain Marvel's numbers +1.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only person that's holding out, apparently. I don't know.
I don't typically pre-order for movies this far out in advance either, like maybe a week early if everywhere's saying that they're, out. But usually I just try to, get them like right beforehand or the day of. I don't know. I tend to get lucky.
No, I've always, my tradition is basically I take the Friday of a Star Wars release off and I go see like the 7 or 8 a.m. showing or whatever, because the kids
Yeah.
are in school and
Yeah.
it's still packed, but it's always packed with working adults
Right.
that have basically the same idea. So I have to pre-order if I want that sweet spot, and I get it every time. So
Well, cool, man. I'm excited for this. I hope this movie is good.
I hope so too.
If this movie is good with all the hype and the buzz that they got going on, it could do wonderful, wonderful things for the MCU.
Well, I mean, this is really kind of testing the waters for the next, I'm not going to say phase, I'm going to say era, because the phases were all, the first 3 phases were really the same teams with more members and kind of thing. This is really a new wave where the guard is completely changing.
Yep.
So, I don't know. A lot's riding on it.
Yeah. Well, good, man. I'm excited. I'm going to stick around with some movie news here.
All right.
But it's video game movie news. Now, I've gone on the record to say that I don't think there's ever been a good adaptation of a video game to a movie. I know that some people will disagree with me. I know that there's a lot of people that will agree with me. I don't care which camp you're in, but this is what I'm going to say on this.
I don't know. I love the Resident Evil movies.
I want this upcoming movie I'm going to talk about here in a second to succeed on every level. The Uncharted movie. This movie's been rumored for quite a long time. It's been in production. It's not been. And, they've got a story. They don't have a story. It's got a director. It doesn't have a director. It's got a new director. Lost that director. We've got a star in Tom Holland that's going to act in this, that's attached to this project. Well, recently, the Sean Levy, who was scheduled to direct it, has left the project, basically, I guess, like within the last month. But Sony's already gone out and found their replacement. His name is Dan Trachtenberg. He's the one that did 10 Cloverfield Lane. He also did some sort of fan film of the Valve game Portal. So everyone's kind of excited because they're saying, well, he's tried to do something that's, in the video game realm in the past. What is interesting about this to me is that Sony did not wait around. They went out and found their new director like very, very, very quickly, which to me sounds like that they still mean business, that they're still probably going forward, that we're probably not going to see a script change. We're probably not going to see an actor change. That's at least what that's going to say to me. Now that all could change. Sure. Yeah, not a problem. That could happen. But the fact that they're trying to move on real quickly sounds to me like this thing is still being taken seriously and trying to happen. Man, I want this. I loved the Uncharted games. They're so much fun. I think there's a lot of good material to work with. This is supposed to go back and kind of show, kind of based on flashbacks from the third game, where we see a younger Nathan Drake. I like that idea, but man, I want to see the Nathan Drake that I'm used to actually playing as in the game. So I hope that if it is a younger version, like at the end we get to see an older version and maybe a promise of what could come up in sequels. But if you're an Uncharted fan and you're looking forward to the movie, don't fear. Dan Trachtenberg is now the director and Sony's moving forward with the project still.
Okay.
Man, it's got to be good. It just has to be good. Oh.
Yeah, I tried playing a couple Uncharted games, 2 different ones, and I don't know, that whole really core adventure style game, I don't know. I used to love Tomb Raider stuff when I was a kid, but or a young adult, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Didn't really get into it.
I gotta say, the gameplay got better as the series went along, but for me, it's the game is great not because of necessarily the gameplay, but the story. Naughty Dog, that studio knows how to tell great stories in their games, and all 4 of those Uncharted games have great stories. Obviously, The Last of Us by Naughty Dog is an amazing story, which is, talking about being made into a movie as well.
You say obviously, I say we'll see.
Well,
still
fair enough. Yeah,
I have not done my video game homework. What is that? Reps of somebody needs to exercise on something?
Yep. I think it was like lunges until the next segment or something.
I should really just draw this out as long as possible, and someone will be in a lot of pain. Well, I've got some other movie news as well.
Ooh, do tell.
Yeah, unfortunately, this one, I mean, not necessarily on the positive side, but not surprising. Star Trek 4 officially has been canceled.
Really?
Yeah, looks like I guess the compensation disputes between the main actors, Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth, just never really got worked out, and it's been dragged on for so long that people started moving on to do other things, and they've officially pulled the plug. Director S.J. Clarkson was on board to do this, but he's already made plans to direct the pilot for HBO's upcoming Game of Thrones prequel.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, people have jobs and they've got things that they got to get to, and if it's just not working out, it's just not working out. So, I'm not surprised. The last one in the series was kind of I do love the reboot idea overall. I think it's been really well done. But I don't know. This may be the end of that particular arc.
Now, didn't we also talk about how Quentin Tarantino's wanting to do a Star Trek movie that's different, not with these actors? Didn't we talk about that a while ago?
We did. I don't know. I mean, it's great that has a little bit of traction. It's got a name behind it, but whether the studios would ever support that or not, no real idea. So, but as of now, nothing has been slated to replace it, and we just don't have a Star Trek movie on the docket.
That's too bad, because I really did like those reboots. Maybe they could follow along that kind of thinking, and maybe they could do a rebooted movie with the Next Generation cast. A reboot of Next Gen.
I don't like this.
I just look at this and say, I want more Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
How can we do this? Because the original series rebooting that like makes sense. And if you could stay in that same timeline, but now have a Next Generation cast that's different but yet the same, like that could work and that could be interesting.
I want a Star Trek Discovery Return to the Mirror Universe movie.
Well, that would be awesome. Yeah, I just think that if on the movie side, if they move away from this reboot with this cast, I don't think they can reboot it again and recast these roles and do the original kind of, cast of characters, Kirk, Spock, Bones. They can't do that. That would be retreading the ground too quickly, too soon. I would much prefer them go in a different direction and do next gen cast. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't see Patrick Stewart doing many more movies. I know he's getting back involved with Star Trek, and I'm really excited to see where that, how that plays out. But I would not expect to see any more Next Generation movies, unfortunately. Nemesis did not do well at all.
Yeah, but if it was a reboot, man, and they had a different Picard, and it was a young, maybe like a young Michael Fassbender playing him.
Oh, boy.
All right. I'm going to jump from Trek to Wars. I'm going to talk about Star Wars. So, real briefly, are you watching the Star Wars Resistance that's on Disney?
I do not have Disney.
Okay, so that would be a no.
That would be a no. It's going to be on Disney Plus.
Right.
So I will be catching up.
It's a no for me right now, currently, just because my list is long and I'm trying to get through a bunch of stuff.
So that'd be a no.
It would be a no.
But
I do have Disney, and so I will get to it. What's interesting though is that we kind of got into this place, Stu, with TV shows now where we get like the first half of a season, and then we get like a mid-season break, and then now we get a trailer for like the second half of the season. And that's become a big thing. It really, I don't know what to say when it started, but I can point to like The Walking Dead as being like one of the bigger ones that I remember.
Battlestar Galactica did it even before then.
Okay.
The first one that I recall was Battlestar Galactica Season 3 was broken up into 2 half seasons, and it did that from there.
And that could have also been around the time of the writer's strike, because I do remember there was some of that stuff that did kind of happen around the writer's strike.
That was Season 4. So it was before the writer's strike.
Okay. I remember it definitely happening with like Breaking Bad
Yep.
and with The Walking Dead. some of these AMC shows where they're like, okay, we need more time, but we're trying to get stuff out, so we'll give half a show, take a break, come back. It's not something I'm a big fan of. It's like, just, take your little Christmas break, that's fine, but like, don't take like an 8-month break and then come back with the second half of the season. Like, it's pointless. I think it just angers people. But there's a trailer for Star Wars Resistance, the second half of Season 1. I've watched it. It is pretty cool. It does give us some more ties to The Force Awakens. And you got to remember, this Resistance show takes place before The Force Awakens. And in this thing, you see a little bit of the Starkiller base. You see some of General Hux. You see a shot of Kylo Ren's shuttle, some Poe Dameron stuff.
I swear you were going to say Kylo Ren's shoe.
That would be odd. We see Kylo Ren's shoe, and it looks black and glorious as
and
a
it has
boot
a swoosh
goes.
on it. What?
Yeah. He has a motto, just saber it. I don't know. Anyway, I look at this thing. It looks good. I really want to go see it. What really, though, is the thing I really love is that this has been... this show was created by Dave Filoni, who also did the Clone Wars, who did Star Wars Rebels, which we're still kind of watching with the boys, although they've lost a little bit of interest. We need to get back to it. I like that there's going to be a new season of Clone Wars that's going to come up. That's going to be going over to Disney+. Resistance is going to be going over to Disney+. It's a good time right now for some of the animated Star Wars stuff, and Disney+ is going to be the place you need to be for all of this stuff here shortly.
I just need The Mandalorian.
And, man, Dave Filoni's also going to direct an episode of The Mandalorian.
Well, there you go.
I mean, he's just all over the Star Wars universe right now. We need to get him on the podcast. I mean, we know he listens. He's a friend of the show.
A super friend, you might say.
One could say.
One could.
One
Maybe.
just did. That's, anyway. Go, guys, if you haven't seen that, guys, gals, go watch it. It's awesome.
You're assuming.
The trailer is awesome.
The trailer.
The
Okay.
trailer is awesome.
Okay. I haven't actually seen the trailer, so I'll have to check that out.
Gotcha.
So, completely new to form, non-movie news. Surprise!
Hey.
So, you know who Bungie is, yes?
Of course.
Halo, Destiny, all that good fun
Yep.
stuff. Some of the best games over time, in my opinion. They made a deal before
With
Destiny. With Activision. Worse.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, the devil.
Even the devil's like, come on, Activision.
That's underhanded.
Right. But so in order to publish Destiny, because we know Bungie used to have a relationship with Microsoft with the Halo stuff, and
Yep.
They parted ways there. Activision kind of picked up the reins to help produce Destiny. But that's been going on for a while now. And Bungie feels that they are kind of big enough to go at their own. Ooh. So they have parted ways with Activision.
This would be a perfect time for a Fleetwood Mac song. You can go your own way. Go your own way. Breakups, Fleetwood Mac, go your own way. No? Okay.
I'm just letting you play it out.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, so Activision lately is also kind of, they've been losing some money on stuff, not quite getting what they want out of all of their deals. So this was an early termination of contract, mutually agreed upon by both sides, apparently. And as of now, Destiny is now in the hands of Bungie entirely. So Destiny 2 support, everything's being ran by Bungie. Destiny 2 is still going strong with the last Forsaken expansion, from which I understand has greatly improved it. I like Destiny 2, but it didn't suck me in, and there were some things I didn't really enjoy about it. Everyone I know that's still playing Destiny 2 says Forsaken has really revitalized the game. So if Anthem wasn't right around the corner, I'd probably jump back into that, but Anthem is right around the corner, so sorry.
That is true.
But apparently there was a great big party at Bungie, a lot of champagne, A lot of partying and celebrating. Apparently, people may not have been very happy with the deal that they had with Lord Activision. So they're on their own now. They're producing their own stuff. They say that they're basically just in a better place now to be able to handle all that. Very political, very not saying too much negative about Activision, but really indicating that they're strong enough to go it their own way now, and that they're going to keep everything going forward. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do, because when a team is both the developer and the producers, that vision kind of stays true to it all. Activision really has kind of become a financial business at this point, seemingly losing sight of what makes games fun. So if that means Bungie can keep the fun in the game and still keep the money in-house, then so much the better.
Nice. Good. I'm excited to see what's going to happen coming down the pipe from Bungie. All right, here's the last thing I have, and I'm going to preface this by saying, Alexa, play Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. Okay, Google, play Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. Because if you have not seen this thing, if you... Oh. Yeah!
I'm not saying it out loud because my Cortana will pick it up.
My Google Home devices just picked that up in the kitchen. I forgot that I got those for Christmas. That's funny. If you have not seen...
I got a Home Mini.
If you have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home trailer now, pause this podcast. Go watch that junk now. I'll wait. Okay, I'm glad you made it back. Let's talk about this thing, Stu. I think I've professed this. Spider-Man is by far my favorite MCU character. He's my favorite Marvel character. I love Spider-Man. Okay. And I loved Homecoming. But this Far From Home trailer, man, I am just so pumped. It feels so good. It feels like it's just like picking right up where Homecoming left off. It's got the same kind of, humor in it. It's got the same just feel to it I'm all over this bad boy. I am all over this bad boy. So in this thing, we see Marissa Tomei. Lecherous gurgle. I had that one on the docket, by the way. I was ready for that one.
I intentionally took that from you.
Yeah, it's fine. I still got to, whatever. I like that because I when I watched this with Brita, she said, "How does Aunt May know?" I was like, "Don't you remember?" She found out at the end, and she's like, "I need to go back and rewatch that again." I'm like, yes, we do.
I kind of had forgotten about that myself. So,
but I love like the little humorous bits, like right, like I love when you see Happy Hogan flirting with Aunt May. It's like, is she flirting back because she knows that it's gonna kind of befuddle him, or is she actually interested? I don't know. But Tom Holland's reaction, looking back and forth at him, and he's like, "Really? What's happening here?" I love that. Like that just like had me cracking up, because if I had a hot aunt that I lived with and who pretty much raised me, and every guy was hitting on her or looking at her, yeah, I definitely have that response as well. I'm like, really? Come on now. I love it. I love the idea that Spider-Man was considering going on a trip and not taking his suit with him.
Yeah, but we know how that's going to end. Otherwise, there's no movie. It's just him on vacation in London. Not very exciting.
We do see in this trailer, we do see Mysterio.
Yes.
We know Mysterio is a beloved classic Spider-Man villain. But from this trailer, it looks like he may not be the villain in this movie. That they may be turning kind of that notion on its head. Maybe. Wink, wink, nod, nod. We have no clue. That could just be a way to throw kind of everyone off. Or, maybe he starts off friendly and then it turns villainous.
We've seen events like that in the past.
We sure have. We see some of the stuff with the MJ. We got the funny line with his buddy Flash Thompson, who's like, I like Spider-Man. What's up, dick face? To Peter when he walks in the room at the end. Because obviously he doesn't know that Peter's Spider-Man, which just makes me giggle every time I watch this thing, which I've watched it like 8-9 times now today.
Phew.
Here's the big thing. Here's my big, oh gosh moment. It was amazing. When Ned gets shot with the trank dart and goes down, and then I hear, Nick Fury's voice, Samuel L. Jackson. And he's like, Spider-Man. I was like, oh, snap. Because we have not seen full-on like Nick Fury in a movie since basically Winter Soldier. Like that was the last movie he had a big role in. He had a little bit in Civil War, very briefly. And then we saw him at the very, very tail end of Infinity War, but like nothing big. This is big. Here's my question for you, Stu, though. You see Nick Fury. I'm going to assume, and this may be incorrect, I'm going to assume that this movie takes place after Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame.
That was actually my big question, because it seems to me like this actually... I don't know. It seems to me like there's just this whole continuity from the end of Homecoming. The spider suit, people involved. I don't know. I'm not so sure it happens after Endgame.
It may not. I'm going to go with that assumption only because this then makes more sense. Tony Stark has really been Spider-Man's mentor. He's really been the one that's kind of mentored him, basically brought him on board in Civil War, kind of helped him out, through Happy in Homecoming. And then obviously in Infinity War, basically says hey, you're part of the team, you're an Avenger now, has him involved. If this is after the events, that says to me, and I think this would be a big, huge giveaway, so it's probably dead wrong, but it says to me that Iron Man does not make it out of Endgame, and we've now got Nick Fury kind of stepping in to help shepherd Spider-Man in his next phase of his superheroing duties.
The reason I disagree with that is because I'm going to say that it's safe to assume through whatever mechanisms happen. We're kind of talking about a paradox here that if
right.
Spider-Man never came back, then your theory would be wrong in and of itself.
True.
But I'm going to say that whatever events happen in Endgame, Spider-Man is much more established at that point. And the introduction from Nick Fury seems to me that is still he is young in his superheroing career. Otherwise, it's kind of like you're the Spider-Man, you're a big deal already kind of thing. So, I don't know. I think this is kind of a young introduction to the character between Nick Fury and Spider-Man. I'm gonna guess it's before Infinity War. Obviously, it's not in the middle of them,
right? And you could be correct, right? Because we do know that from the time of Civil War to when Infinity War kind of happens, it's about a 2-year gap. And we know that
school years?
We know that Homecoming does take place there. So, it could be. It definitely could be in between. It just would seem really weird to go back and have a story that happens before Endgame chronologically.
Yeah, their timing of movies throughout all this is really kind of... I don't know. Consistency is important, and I could understand one movie here, but we've got 3 that kind of happened beforehand. We've got Ant-Man and the Wasp, we've got Captain Marvel, and we would hypothetically have Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All happening before Infinity War, but we're seeing them after.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, go see this thing. It's amazing. It's a great trailer. It's going to get you hyped up. If you're not hyped up after seeing this thing, man, I don't know what's going to hype you up for a Spider-Man movie. I'm
hyped up for a number of reasons. One is that I'm still high from Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I've still got Spidey fever for sure. And then, this you're absolutely right. This looks really good. I did enjoy Homecoming quite a bit. I enjoyed his parts, his parts in the Avengers movies.
Yep.
Civil War is really a Cap movie, but it's really an Avengers movie anyway. So,
yep. That's the last thing I had for Rebel Intelligence. Did you have anything else?
No, that's it for me.
All right, super friends. So I got a confession to make. Last week, we asked you a question. What are the top 5 things you're looking forward to in 2015? Because we talked about it. And
2015?
2019, 2015. Wow. Apparently, I've got time travel on the brain, Stu. 2019. What are your top 5 things for 2019? Because we gave you ours. And because I was sick, I kind of totally forgot about it. But here's the thing. Peter Christensen did send us an email and is going to totally bail my butt out. So let's go to that email by Peter Christensen. By the way, you can always email us at fordofnerd@gmail.com. That's the email address you email. We will read it. Peter Christensen says, Dear nerds, happy 11st episode. If you ever decide to do swag, please do pins rather than t-shirts.
Yes, please.
He says, everything was on hold this week because I watched the first few minutes of Daredevil Season 3, and then I had to gorge myself on all 13 episodes, regardless of the consequences. Okay, regardless of the consequences to work, family, and sleep. Just finished, so in no order, here's some things I'm excited for in 2019. Punisher Season 2, as well as any definitive news, one or another, about the future of the Marvel Netflix shows and characters.
Amen.
Will the shows remain on Netflix? Will they be on Disney future streaming service? Will Disney continue the shows or reboot them? 2. What is going on with Disney's future streaming service? It must be really hard to figure out because a few years ago, Apple was supposed to launch one but didn't. Apple started investing $1 billion a year ago and hasn't released new shows yet. Disney spent $75 billion on content this decade and announced their service a year ago. Entertainment IP is hard. 3. Avengers Endgame, enough said. 4. Any news whatsoever about MCU Phase 4? 5. Toy Story 4. It's hard to get excited about the 4th movie in a franchise, but Toy Story is still the gold standard of Pixar, and this decade has proven that franchises can be kept alive and awesome even when approaching double digits. And he says, 6, I'm curious about Disney's live-action remakes, including this year's Dumbo and Lion King. The previous ones have been impressive, but can they recapture the zeitgeist? Happy 2019, Peter Christensen says, P.S. Didn't do the fitness challenge this week because you didn't know about it yet, but I'll give it a shot in 112, maybe 113. Holy cow. Just watched the trailer for Punisher Season 2. It's awesome and uses one of my favorite songs, Wood, by Alice in Chains.
Oh, yeah.
Alice in Chains. So pumped. Going to rewatch Season 1 right now.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I know. I thought about that and I was like, oh, man.
You don't got the time. You don't got the time.
I ain't no one got time for that. And more like, Spencer ain't got time for that. So
yeah, that's funny though. Yeah, watched it for a few minutes and then, 13 hours later, gobbled up.
Yeah, man, that's like me and Stranger Things. I'll just dabble a little bit now.
Yeah, Season 3 of Daredevil. Very, very well done.
Yep. I'm looking forward to that. All right. Thank you, Peter, for that email. We truly appreciate it. Thank you once again for emailing because, like I said, I totally forgot. But if you want to participate, you want to answer our question of the week, you can get us on our email, which I just gave you that. You can get us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/FordofNerd. You can get us on Twitter @FordofNerd. We're on Instagram @FordofNerd. And we got a voicemail you can call in, and we typically will play those. And that's 801-477-7687. So, Stu, I dropped the ball this week, but how can our super friends help us pick up that ball and get momentum rolling again?
They should ping you on Sunday mornings to remind them to answer questions. And if I were a good co-host, I could have picked that ball up too. But I know we set that up when I first got involved in that, and you've been faithfully doing all that, so I kind of just forgot to myself.
Yeah, usually I try to schedule that when I do the media for the podcast, but I got really busy and I was like, okay, I just got to get this done now. I'll set a reminder. And man, when Sunday came around, when I would have done it, I was in a bad place. Everything was bad. Just bad.
Well, in the meantime, 5-star reviews on iTunes always helps us out. whether Spencer is sick or not. They actually help to cure Spencer, so he doesn't forget those kinds of things. So if you could leave a 5-star review on iTunes to help heal Spencer, as well as help get the word out so that we're making it on some lists and our listenership is increasing, we're getting more super friends, that would be swell and fantastic. And as always, please tell a friend to have a conversation. You hear something about comics or something, hey, turn them our way. We'd love to have new super friends, new ideas, new voices, new emails, voicemails, comments on Facebook and Twitter, that kind of thing. That's what they could do for us.
So say we all.
So say we all.
Nice. Okay, Stu, so here's the thing. I'm so excited to have this conversation because I had a little mini version of this conversation with a couple of the guys from the D&D group last week, just kind of randomly. And then something happened in the news this week that made me think of this. And so I was like, oh, we got to do this. So here's the deal. We're in a partial government shutdown. We've been in a partial government shutdown for like 24 days now. And you know this podcast, we don't really get into the politics stuff. You know, that's not really our bag. It's not what this podcast is about. There's plenty of other podcasts for that. But we do cover nerd and pop culture. And so I found this very interesting. It is in pop culture right now that the Clemson Tigers won the college national football championship. Typically, when a sports team wins the national championship or wins the World Series or the Super Bowl or the NBA, you know, whatever it may be, that team typically will go to the White House for a visit. They'll have a big dinner, they'll have some sort of a ceremony, they'll get to meet the president, they'll get to shake his hand, that sort of deal, right? Well, here's the interesting thing. We're in a partial government shutdown, so we're not going to be able to pay people to make food. So our president, our current president, President Trump, still has the Clemson Tigers football team over. And instead of, you know, having the government pay for this because he can't, out of his own pocket, out of the goodness of his heart, because he doesn't want to cancel, he orders a bunch of food. But he orders fast food. He orders McDonald's, he orders Wendy's, he orders Burger King. Now, I'm not going to make a judgment. The man's got some money.
Personally, not endorsed by the Fortress of Nerditude. I am making a judgment. Anyway,
he probably could have gotten a much different caliber of food arranged. But no, the man said, I got hungry football players. They like American hamburgers. I'm going to get a whole bunch of hamburgers. And so he got McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King. And there's pictures all over on social media. You got to check it out because it's this huge smorgasbord. But it's
the best smorgasbord ever.
The best. We got the best smorgasbord of the best burgers. We got all the burgers. We got the Big Macs. We got the Baconators. We've got the Whoppers. They're the best. Anyway.
That was good.
That's not bad, right? He's the funny thing is, like, there's all these pictures and they're served up on platters and like they're still like in the styrofoam boxes and the wrappers, and oh my gosh, like I lost it. I was laughing. I thought this was so funny, but it reminded me of this conversation I'd had, and I've been wanting to have a conversation like this for a while. And it's going to suck because it's going to make me dang hungry. So if you're listening and you're hungry, I suggest eating a little something right now before we start, because otherwise you're going to be hankering for some food. Stu, I thought we should talk about fast food. And we should talk about our favorite. I've got a whole list of categories that I'm going to go through. And just off the cuff, I'll ask you, like, what's your favorite this or that? And you can give any reasoning, any rationale. If I say something or you say something that jogs your memory and you want to flip your vote, it doesn't matter.
Burger.
Flip your burger, flip your fries, whatever. So
no, I'm down. Can I like write these things down and send them on a list to President Trump next Christmas instead of presents to Santa?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. So in honor of the Clemson Tigers college football team national champs, and the fast food that they partake of, we're going to talk about our favorite fast food.
Okay, fair warning. I'm pretty opinionated here.
That's totally fine. I got this list. Okay, so now here's the criteria. this has to be considered fast food.
Okay, so no McDonald's.
Right. So it's going to be, it's going to be
So
big
slow
chains.
these
Like,
days.
you can't be like, there's a burger at this one bar and they've got 3 bars in my area, then it's a local thing. No. We're talking, this is fast food. You can go anywhere in America, probably most of Canada, probably lots of parts of the world, and find.
I'm going to
stuff.
have to call you on that one because, like, In-N-Out is definitely fast food, but you're only going to find that in Western U.S.
But I'm going to say that qualifies because
Right,
it is fast food, yeah. But like you couldn't say like, hey, there's this chain that I'm opening up, and we've got 2 of them, and we're looking to expand. Like I'm gonna say like,
I'm going to give whatever answer I'm going to give.
that's fine, whatever. I don't know. I just don't want like sit down restaurants being used. Like a Red Robin would not qualify because that's
it would
a
not.
sit-down restaurant.
That is a dine-in.
Right. Even though it serves burgers and stuff that would traditionally be considered fast food type
Really
food.
good burgers too.
Yeah. All right. So where can you find your favorite chicken nuggets? Which fast food restaurant has your favorite chicken nuggets?
You start with like the one thing I really don't like in general.
That's okay, because we got lots of categories. There's lots of goodness.
I would say probably Wendy's. They just and this is probably one. I'm really not picky here when it comes to chicken nuggets, but they're a little bit bigger. You get kind of more of the white meat in it. Overall, though, I'm probably most likely to go to McDonald's just because I can get like a box of 20 nuggets and go crazy.
So you prefer the Wendy's, but
For the Wendy's, more likely to get McDonald's for convenience.
so I prefer Wendy's too because I do think they're a little bit bigger, and I like the seasoning that
They do have a little
that the
seasoning,
bread
yeah.
has on them, which is just like the ones at McDonald's are just super plain to me. I was asking my wife these same questions, and she said Chick-fil-A, and I went, "Ooh, Chick-fil-A does have good nuggets, but I still think I'm going to take Wendy's. They're bigger." So it's
they
it's
are.
a size thing.
The
there.
problem there is I managed Wendy's for a while and kind of burned out on the whole seasoning on it. But I do recall when I started that road that they were better tasting too. So
Okay,
but Chick-fil-A
so
is not a bad answer either.
yeah, I mean it has good food. I like it. Okay, favorite dollar menu / value menu item.
That's gonna be a McDouble.
Ooh,
A nice,
the McDouble.
messy little double cheeseburger. I'm not going for quality here. We know it's value menu stuff. But if I'm going for the dollar menu, it's to grab like 3 McDoubles.
Nice.
And then whatever anyone else wants. Bacon McDoubles. Actually, Bacon McDoubles my answer, but I swear there's a McDonald's over here in Syracuse. The last 3 times I have ordered Bacon McDoubles, I have gotten no bacon.
That's unfortunate. For me, it's the double stack at Wendy's. Like I could go double stack or the crispy chicken sandwich, like because I bounce back and forth, but I'm gonna go with double stack because it's a little bit meatier of a burger and it's got just the right stuff on it. Like it's just perfect. It's just a perfect little burger for me if I'm looking just at like the dollar / value menu item.
I would give an honorable mention to the small chili on the value menu there. I like their chili.
Yeah, that's a good call too. Okay, where can you find your favorite burger? Just burger overall.
That's going to be Arctic Circle.
Ooh.
Which just they were early adopters on the whole Black Angus thing, and their beef is actually really tasty. Their service is kind of crap, but as far as like the best burger for a fast food place, it's either going to be a bacon bounty cheese or a mushroom and Swiss from Arctic Circle.
I haven't had Arctic Circle in many, many years.
Though a double animal style from In-N-Out also hits the spot.
That is a tasty burger. I thought about this a lot because for a long time my go-to was just the Big Mac at McDonald's. Like I could get that any time of the day. Or
Those
night.
2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Yeah, get it. But a number of years ago, the Baconator won me over because it was 2 patties and all that bacon on that thing, and like it was really, really good. However, I had Shake Shack in Atlanta for the first time.
Ooh.
And the way that burger is seasoned and the taste of the meat, I mean, gosh, for me...
Was it a regular burger or a butter burger?
It was a regular burger. It had bacon on it. You say Butterburger, I'm like Culver's man too. But so Shake Shack I've only had once. So because I've only had it once, I can't put it in the top spot. I'm gonna have to go with the Baconator at Wendy's. Like right now, that's my jam. Although I haven't had it in like forever.
So I'm going to. You said I could retract my answer.
Oh yeah. Oh,
mentioned
this
Steak
isn't
Shack.
locked in.
You mentioned Steak Shack. I'm actually going to adjust it to the Steak and Shake Butterburger because that thing is freaking amazing.
See,
I kind of forget about them because there's none around here. There are a couple in Utah, but they're not easily accessible.
They're big in the Midwest.
Yes.
I grew up with those around. I always felt like their burgers were kind of thin.
They're tasty. I always get a double from them because they are a bit thin, but they're basically a ground chuck, and it's a little heartier, and just with the butter melted on it, and it melts through the burger while it's cooking. Oh my gosh, so good.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to chicken sandwiches.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about burgers.
Chicken sandwiches.
Chicken sandwiches, that's going to be Chick-fil-A all day, every day. They're simple little, they're basic chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
You can get the deluxe with the lettuce and tomato. That's pretty good. But even without that, just the breaded patty with the pickle on it. And the bread is just perfect for that. It's just a really good chicken sandwich.
I always felt like they need some sort of a sauce on that. That was always I always felt like it was dry. I liked the pickle on it because it was unique, but I always felt like it was dry. Like it needs some sort of mayo or mustard or something.
They always put that in the bag and they always get thrown away. So,
for me, gosh, I was gonna say Wendy's because I do love that crispy chicken sandwich.
Is your answer to everything Wendy's?
No. But then I remembered that there was a chicken sandwich that KFC used to do, and I don't know if they do because I haven't been to a KFC in a while. But it was called what was it? It was like they called it I think the Double Down, where it was like two breaded chicken patties as like the bun with like bacon in the middle of that thing. That thing was like a chicken sandwich on like steroids.
It was a heart attack in a bun.
It was amazing. That would be my
called? Yeah, that was the
selection.
Double Down. No, that if we were recording this when that was a thing, I would totally I loved those things.
I wonder if you could still get that if they have that.
They don't have it on menu. I don't know. Maybe you could still get it though.
I would say that like the Double Down was like my chicken sandwich. But if I have to pick something that's like out there currently, I think you're right. It's probably going to be Chick-fil-A, but I gotta put some sort of a sauce on it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we make our adjustments. That wasn't criteria.
That one is close. Okay, favorite taco.
See, this one is tough for me because I generally despise fast food tacos.
Mm-hmm.
I will go to a little Mexican shack, or I will go to a taco cart for street tacos.
Right.
Because
fast food
tacos are just not done well. But if I have to choose, it's going to be Del Taco. That's like the only thing I really prefer Del Taco for is their standard tacos, and I will gorge myself on those.
For me, it's the low-grade quality meat at Taco Bell. For some reason, I don't know why. Like maybe it's like a thing of nostalgia. Like I remember my dad saying, "Oh, let me go get tacos," and he'd come back with like 30 tacos or whatever for our family.
Oh man, I miss getting bags of tacos.
Yeah, and he'd spend like maybe like I don't know $5. Like it'd be like crazy, like how cheap it was. I know they're not quality. I know they're not high quality, but it's fast food, and that's okay.
See, I would have 6 months ago. I would have said Taco Bell, but Taco Bell did something that changed the recipe or the preparation. Something changed with Taco Bell that now their meat is a lot more watery, And if I get drive-through, by the time I get home, there is no bottom of the taco. It's like 2 shells sandwiching some meat, and the bottom is just completely wetted itself all the way out.
You gotta get that double decker, so you got that insulating layer of refried beans.
No, I will go with a double decker with the nacho cheese Dorito taco shell.
Yeah,
That's a good taco.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite fast food quesadilla?
That's going to be Rancheritos / Beddoes.
For me, it's Del Taco.
Interesting. Now, Morgana loves quesadillas because it's simple and cheese.
Sure.
But we didn't realize that Taco Bell actually adds some sauce to it.
Yes, they do.
And it's spicy.
Yes, it is.
So the default is spicy, which I think is a really poor choice. But the Rancheritos / Beddoes, their quesadilla is huge. It's nice and gooey. It's just like a really good snack / meal. And she only eats half of it, so I get whatever I'm going to get and eat the other half of it.
Okay.
And that's a good quesadilla.
All right, burrito.
That is going to be Del Taco as well.
The epic burrito?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm on board with you 1,000%.
But keep in mind, I'm not entirely happy that that's my choice. Because again, fast food.
I agree. Fast food burritos, like, there's not a lot of great options. But what I do like about the Del Taco one is that it has, like, they've got options, right? So, like, a while back, Taco Bell started doing those, like, I can't remember, they called them grilled stuffed burritos. And they actually put, like, real steak in them and, like, potatoes, and they weren't bad. But the Del Taco one, like, they've got, like, different options where, like, you can get some that have, like, bacon in them and chicken and avocado, and they pack it with some rice and some other stuff. And so there's better options there, and I think they're more flavorful options.
The one thing that sells me really hard on Del Taco over Taco Bell for burritos is that they actually kind of try to evenly put all the stuff inside the burrito instead of Taco Bell being like, you get a 7-layer burrito, each of 7 bites is a different thing, all just kind of jammed into the middle of the stupid thing.
Yeah, which is interesting to me because it comes down to preparation, and you would think like that wouldn't matter, but it does.
Huge. Huge.
All right, so let's move off the fast food Mexican stuff because that, I'm with you. It's okay. It gets by, but okay, this is going to be a hotly contested one for probably a lot of people. French fries.
That, for me, is going to be McDonald's because they're made of crack cocaine.
There is something about McDonald's French fries that you just want more.
As long as they're warm. Once they go cold, those things turn into...
horrible.
Yeah, they're terrible. I would say very close second, and depending on the day, may even be a favorite. But the yellow Yukon Gold fries from Arctic Circle are also quite divine.
Man, I'm really gonna have to go give Arctic Circle another try at some point because I haven't. Seriously, I've never tried their fries there. My wife said for fries, like she would say Carl's Jr. with the crisp cut. And I was like, that is a good idea. That's her second. But her and I both agree that our favorite French fry is the curly fries at Arby's dipped with cheddar sauce.
There are two horrible things about that statement.
Oh, man. That is crack cocaine, brother.
That's nasty.
Now,
that's what that is.
I did ask her, I said, okay, if you get away from like the curly kind of fry, like just a traditional fry, and she was kind of like, yeah, probably McDonald's, I think was her guess. I actually like the Wendy's fries because they changed their fries a while back.
They did. They're better, but...
I like a fry that's got a little more potato to it. Like, I cannot stand In-N-Out. I feel like I'm just eating a puff of air.
Those are terrible.
And I don't care for that. So French fries, man. But I'm with you. Like McDonald's, man, when they're hot and fresh. Ooh.
I mean, it's almost like you could put McDonald's French fries in a different category. They're just McDonald's French fries. They're not French fries. That's their name. That's what they are. But they're cocaine. I would say if we're expanding our horizons a little bit, though, Smiley fries from Scone Cutter. They're not really fries though, but they kind of are. But basically, they're like mashed potato puffs in the shape of a smile. But those things are so freaking good. Anyway,
If we're gonna expand just a little bit, I'd say the tater tots at Sonic.
yeah. Well, tater tots are not fries.
They're not.
Smiley fries are close. They're called smiley fries, so
They're just shaped differently. Same product. Okay, onion rings.
that I'm extremely opinionated about. There are two major types of onion rings. There's your crispy onion ring, and then there's your beer battered onion ring.
Yes.
The crispy onion rings, such as you would get from, say, Burger King, I am not really truly a fan of those. I'll eat them in a pinch if I have no other options, but the battered onion rings, that's going to be Apollo Burger. Or Apollo/Crown Burger, same owners, I think. But anyway, same exact menu items, whatever. Those onion rings I have eaten just as the meal in and of themselves before.
A good onion ring for me can be a meal in and of itself. For nostalgia reasons, because I didn't think of the Apollo Crown Burger because I don't know that I would necessarily classify them as fast food. Although you could make the argument, I guess, they have a drive up, you can get your stuff pretty quick. But I was kind of thinking, I'm like, there's not a lot of onion rings, but Sonic does a pretty good onion ring.
I don't remember ever getting them from there.
It's better than Burger King. While I like it Burger King for nostalgic reasons because I think that was probably the first onion ring I ever ate. Sonic has some pretty good onion rings, as I recall. It's been a few years since I've had Sonic.
Yeah, me too. And I really hate Sonic. There have been a couple times that I've had really poor experiences there, and I just really would never go back. So
yeah,
I'll have to miss out on that.
Okay, this is an interesting one. Favorite side. So this could be a menu item that's not like your traditional sandwich or fries, that sort of thing.
Such as, say, jalapeno poppers from Arby's.
That would qualify, absolutely. Or like
chili from Wendy's.
Chili from Wendy's that you brought up earlier. Yes, that would qualify.
Oh, man, I'll have to do this sometime. I'll have to get the jalapeno poppers and the chili, dip the jalapeno poppers in the chili. Oh, man. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit.
That does sound pretty tasty. I'm not going to lie.
That's tough, man, because sides are really where it's at. Because I could go anywhere from like the hash browns at McDonald's to the jalapeno poppers at Arby's, the chili at Wendy's. Oh, overall, though, mozzarella sticks from Arby's. Mm-hmm. Just overall satisfaction, taste, everything. It's going to be the Wendy's chili with cheese on it.
Dude, I'm with you.
That stuff is so good. It's hearty.
Yep. Mozzarella sticks was a close one for me because I love a good mozzarella stick.
Jalapeno poppers for me, man.
But, man, that Wendy's chili, that's just like, it's like a whole nother level as far as sides. Because once again, that could be a meal unto itself.
And I've made hundreds of gallons of that Wendy's chili myself. And even knowing how it's made and what goes into it, don't care.
Still good.
Still good.
All right. On the healthier side, favorite fast food salad.
What? Healthier side?
What? They offer these things at fast food restaurants. So salad.
I'm going to have to say it's going to be a make my own salad from Subway.
Okay.
Because, I know exactly what I'm getting. I've got everything kind of right there in front of me. It's not a pre-made thing. And if I am choosing to go healthy, I can keep it healthy. Or I can go a bit crazy if I want meatballs in my salad.
Yeah. For me, there's three that I really, really like. There's what's considered the Cobb salad at Chick-fil-A, and I get those nuggets grilled, not the breaded ones. That's a really good salad. There's a kind of taco Cobb salad at El Pollo Loco, which is really, really good. And then there's a salad at Wendy's. It's like a apple pecan chicken type of salad. It's got some strawberries in it too. It's actually a rather tasty salad.
I do like Wendy's salads. They have the mandarin chicken that has the little slices of mandarin oranges. The apple pecan one's good, and then that strawberry one when it's in season. I usually at least get that once a year. So
yeah. So I'm gonna have to go with probably the gosh. I'm gonna go with the Wendy's salad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm choosing, that's probably my favorite, although the other two are real close. All right, now let's go directly completely opposite from healthy. Milkshake.
It
Where's
brings
your
all the boys to the yard.
Yeah, it does. What's your favorite milkshake?
This one is tough as well because I like milkshakes from just about everywhere, though they are very, very different depending on where you go. When they have it, I would say the orange cream shake from Arby's.
Okay.
That one is freaking amazing. I love the texture of Arby's shakes. When it's not in season, though, Arctic Circle, hands down.
All right. So I was thinking about milkshakes, and it's like, because I started to kind of drift away from the milkshake stuff a little bit, and I went, okay, does a Frosty count as a milkshake?
A Frosty is a shake.
Okay. In that case, Frosty hands down. Hands down. But
I do like that they started making the vanilla Frosties, because that makes a mean root beer float.
Ooh, I never even thought about that. That's a good
So
idea. So yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Frosty, and I don't think I've ever done the vanilla one. I'm a traditionalist. I like the chocolate one.
It's good. I mean, it's very vanilla. It's not like plain ice cream. It's very vanilla flavored. A lot of vanilla flavor in that. So it's definitely good.
All right, staying completely unhealthy. Favorite dessert?
Oh boy, that's one because other than shakes, I don't know that I ever get desserts.
Dairy Queen is a fast food restaurant that's a chain, and they've got all sorts of desserts at Dairy Queen.
Yep, and I get shakes. So
Really, you don't go with like a Blizzard or like a
Blizzard
sundae?
is a shake.
I'm gonna beg to differ and say it's not a milkshake technically, because you have a whole bunch of mix-ins, and it's just more blended ice cream with mix-ins.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say that this qualifies on all counts. A pomegranate orange Julius from Orange Julius.
Ooh, that I was not expecting.
Yeah, I had to pull that out of my hat because, I don't really do anything besides shakes anywhere.
So I do love a good shake, and that's usually what I would go with. But if I'm at Taco Bell, I get the caramel apple empanada. And I introduced my wife to that thing. It's just like a little pastry full of like cinnamon, caramel, and apples. Oh man. It's like it's like McDonald's apple pie, but on crack. It is amazing. Like, oh.
So I totally wasn't even thinking about Mexican food. I have to pull my answer back. It's actually going to be the apple empanadas from Taco Time.
Ooh, I don't think I've had that one.
They're big and costly, but
okay.
So good.
I may have to pull mine back as well. If you go to Popeyes, you can get, depending on the time, because like usually you can get like an apple pie or like a pecan pie, but at times they will do like a strawberry cheesecake pie or like a blackberry cheesecake pie. Oh my, those things are delicious. I'm going to have to go with that. Caramel apple empanada and that. They're like battling. Those things, ooh.
So they, what's funny is the last time I tried a dessert that wasn't a shake at a fast food place, it was Arby's when they brought in the apple crisp. That is such a waste of the words apple and crisp. It's terrible.
I do like their popovers though.
I
mean,
they're okay. I usually get a shake.
Yeah, I'd rather get a shake.
Even when
as well.
Morgana gets one of those, I still get a shake. So,
all right, your favorite dipping sauce from a fast food restaurant?
Oh, from a fast food restaurant. That's
Yes.
tough because Training Table's ultimate sauce was the best thing ever made, but that's not fast food by any means.
No.
Dipping sauce. I don't dip anything except ketchup.
That's a dipping sauce.
I would say, no. Actually, no. Okay, I do have a favorite dipping sauce. It's the, even though I don't like the onion rings, they have a they have like a zesty sauce, for
Like a
the
zesty
rings
onion ring sauce at Burger King?
Yes.
Yep.
That actually is pretty good stuff.
That is a pretty good dipping sauce. For me, I'm kind of old fashioned here, but I'm gonna say barbecue because anywhere I go,
I thought you were talking. Yeah.
I'll dip my chicken nuggets in it. I'll dip chicken sandwiches in it. I'll dip my fries in it.
Okay, then I changed my answer to Arby's sauce.
Okay.
I'll put that on just about everything under God's green earth.
Arby's sauce, man. Everything at Arby's, I put Arby's sauce on for sure. I smother my sandwich and fries in it. Okay, now here's the thing where we're going to differentiate ourselves because a lot of people outside of Utah don't know this, but there's something called fry sauce. So here's the question: ketchup or fry sauce? And let me explain what fry sauce is real quick. Fry sauce is basically mayo with ketchup added to it, and it's mixed up. It's about equal parts. Sometimes you will get a little bit of mustard in it. Not a lot, but a little bit. That's pretty much fry sauce. Kind of ketchup and mayo. And now, like, Kraft is selling it, but they're trying to call it, like, mayo chip. And we
have that, actually, at the house.
We really know that it's just called fry sauce. So, ketchup or fry sauce? On your French fries, what are you going to go for?
On my French fries, fry sauce.
Okay.
On my cheese curds from Arctic Circle, fry sauce.
Okay.
Everything else, ketchup.
Interesting. I for the longest time was solely ketchup. I'm going to dip my fries in ketchup. And I moved here and they said, do you want fry sauce? And I looked at the guy and I said, you mean ketchup? He says, no, I mean fry sauce. And I went, ketchup? And he looked at me, he's like, no, I mean fry sauce. And I'm like, okay, I'm not from here. I'm from Chicago. Explain to me what you think fry sauce is. And he pulled it out. He's like, here, take a sample of this. I tasted it. I was like, yeah, that's okay, but just give me ketchup, man. I was like, I don't know what that is. I now have converted to the house of fry sauce, but it can't be any old fry sauce. It has to be the fry sauce that they actually also put barbecue sauce in, so it has a little bit of that smoky flavor fry sauce. That stuff is amazing. I can put that on almost anything.
So Arctic Circle being the industrial inventors of fry sauce. I'm sure people were doing it before, it was at the restaurant. But anyway, so pretty much any restaurant that has fry sauce available, their distributors are paying a portion of that to Arctic Circle because they do hold a local trademark. Or is it trademark or whatever the IP protection is for that. But yeah, they do not, they actually, it's not just ketchup and mayo, though those are the only ingredients that they will divulge. But yeah, when you've got a little bit of kick to it, that's what makes it good. And that's what that ultimate sauce from Training Table is kind of like a barbecue mayo mix. And it's just, oh man, plate of cheese fries with some ultimate sauce.
Right? So yeah, if you're from Utah or you live in Utah, like fry sauce is everywhere. Like you can't go to a fast food restaurant and not get fry sauce. It's kind of crazy.
That's the one thing that Crown Burger does poorly that I generally get there is that their fry sauce is very, very, very heavy on the mayo side.
Yeah, for sure. All right, favorite breakfast menu item?
Bacon McGriddle.
Ooh.
I don't even got to think about that.
Ooh, that is a good one. For me, it's a Jack in the Box breakfast sandwich I think it's called the Monster Breakfast Sandwich. It's got like 2 patties of beef. It's got eggs on it. It's got bacon on it. Or maybe it's 1 patty of beef, 1 patty of sausage, eggs, and bacon. Like it's just like a whole bunch of meat. But it's not on like a little biscuit. It's on a full-on hamburger bun, and it's full hamburger size.
Carl's Jr. does something like that. I really like that. Burger King has a lot of different, very
sandwiches.
hearty.
Ooh.
Well, they've got croissant sandwiches. They've got a couple other things that are just kind of like really hearty sandwiches, much different from McDonald's. Because I mean, the McGriddle is not a hearty sandwich, but I'll always get 2.
It is tasty.
They are so good.
It is tasty. Okay, favorite overall breakfast? So not just one menu item, but like their overall breakfast offering.
I'm going to ask you to go first here because I'm not really thinking anything except for like a value meal kind of deal.
So for me, I'm going to say overall, I think McDonald's has the best breakfast menu because you can get the simple simple sandwiches. So you can get your traditional like sausage egg McMuffin. You can get bacon. They've got breakfast burritos, which are really dang tasty. They've got, the hash browns, but you can also get like pancakes and sausage patties and scrambled eggs in like their big breakfast, which is typically what we do when we go on vacation. Like we'll get that and we'll kind of split that up with the boys because they can get pancakes and eggs and sausage and hash browns and biscuits. Overall, I think they've got the best. Now, some place like Jack in the Box also has like the little French toast sticks, and they've got some different things that like some other places have, but like overall traditional kind of classic breakfast, I think McDonald's has got the best offering.
It's going to be interesting because my two favorite things for breakfast are the McGriddle and the hash browns. But I'm not always in the mood for that. And if I want a selection and I want things that are definitely going to fill me up, it's going to be Burger King. They've got a lot of different breakfast sandwiches these days. They've got their breakfast tots and all kinds of stuff. And if I'm not in the mood for the McGriddle, then I'm going to hit Burger King and just kind of pick off the menu when I get to the drive-thru. And I will give an honorable mention here to Carl's Jr. Biscuits and Gravy. It's not a big meal by any means, but their biscuits are really, really good.
All right, here's the last question I have, the last category. President Trump is bringing you over. He's paying for the fast food himself. He's got the smorgasbord, but he can only purchase from one fast food restaurant. Which fast food restaurant do you want that to be? What is your favorite overall fast food restaurant?
If I had only one menu to choose from for the rest of my life.
Yep.
Wendy's.
I am in total agreement with you.
I mean, they don't do everything the best, but they're consistent. Their burgers are tasty. One thing you had mentioned, the Baconator. So like, going through the whole weight loss thing and whatnot and keto potential diets and all that kind of thing. The Baconator, fact, is the Baconator without a bun is the healthiest burger in fast food. It has only 2 grams of carbs if you have it with ketchup on it.
And that's if you're going for keto, right?
Yeah, if you're going for no carb. Right?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, not necessarily keto. Low carb is still generally a good idea anyway.
Sure.
So, I mean, that's a good thing. I was trying that for a while. Kind of got sick of it, though. But yeah, I mean, just Wendy's is consistent. They have good stuff. The chili's amazing. The burgers are solid. The chicken's solid. I mean, can't really go wrong there.
I'm with you. Wendy's. My
Plus
only knock
Frosties.
against... Yeah, Frosties. The only knock I guess I have against Wendy's is they don't really have a great breakfast menu.
You mean a breakfast menu?
Yep, and that's the problem. But if I had to choose one that I could pick from, because the chili and the baked potatoes and the salads, like they've got some other options that I really do enjoy. So if I wasn't in the mood for a burger or a chicken sandwich, of that kind of variety, like there's other options. Whereas like Burger King, I feel like McDonald's, some of these others, like I just feel like I like certain things, but like overall, if I had to pick one, I could not eat McDonald's for the rest of my life.
Yeah, McDonald's would not be even close to the top choice there. Burger King, I used to love Burger King, but something changed with their burgers, and now they're nasty, and I don't like them. I used to get a Whopper, no onion, extra pickle, extra ketchup, and I would go crazy with that, but no more. They taste weird.
I am starving, Stu.
I am so hungry.
And I knew that would happen. I knew it would happen. And that's okay. But anyway,
I might have to wake Morgana up and make an Arby's
right?
run.
Or do an Uber Eats.
Oh,
check that app out. See what's going on, and then let me know what I owe you, and I'll be at your house in a minute. Anyway, I thought it was kind of funny, the whole shutdown and Trump bringing in Whoppers and Big Macs and all the rest. And so I thought it'd be kind of funny for us to kind of break down a bunch of different categories. By no means is this a comprehensive list or something we can't vary from. But I thought it just kind of a little fun departure and a little kind of fun game we could play tonight. And I was surprised by some of your answers, some of your stuff I'm right on the money with. But man, a lot of good options. I don't think we really hit on anything that was horrible, although maybe the taco stuff was a little rough. But
variety is the spice of life. And I mean, no matter what my favorites are, I want to try new stuff. And it's interesting to think about different perspectives and what people like about things. I would say if you have the choice and the money, best option is still cooking at home. And if you're going to go out for a nice meal, don't make it fast food. But I also am not to the point where I say fast food only in an emergency either. Sometimes, that's just what I'm in the mood for. And we didn't have a category for roast beef sandwiches where that would have fit in, because an Arby's half-pound roast beef, that'll hit the spot every time.
Is there any competitor to Arby's roast beef sandwiches?
No.
In the fast food? Yeah. No. And that was my only thing. I was like,
You could have said best Arby's roast beef sandwich category.
Right. Best French toast stick from Burger King. You only get to choose one of the 4. Tell me which one it is. A, B, C, or D.
The one that's on the left when I open the box.
That's right. It's the warmest. Here's the question, and this is kind of a hodgepodge. But I think we should ask our super friends, what is your favorite $/value menu item? What is your favorite burger? And what is your favorite breakfast menu item? And ketchup or fry sauce?
And what's your overall favorite fast food?
Yeah, those 5. Simple questions, not that hard. So, just to review.
And whoever has the best answer gets the privilege of buying us dinner.
I was going to say if someone comes up with something really, really unique, something different that's fast foody that maybe we're not even thinking about.
I'm sure there's plenty.
Then maybe we'll have to try it. But like, there's some stuff, seriously, if anyone comes with answers that include White Castle, no. I'm just saying no.
Oh, you just don't even know. It's a good thing those didn't come up, because we will fight. White Castle sliders?
They're a good food if you're trying to, cure some sort of issue you may have. Sure. So, okay, dollar menu /value item. Burger.
Breakfast?
Breakfast menu item. Ketchup versus fry sauce. And you want to say dipping sauce if you don't have fry sauce, you don't know this, that's fine. And then overall favorite restaurant.
All right.
Sound good?
Sounds good. It sounds really good. Sounds so good right now.
Super friends, I hope you are hungry.
The good news is I can get McGriddle right now.
Dude. Seriously. All right, super friends, you know where to reach us. We are on Facebook. We are on our email. We are on Twitter, Instagram. We're on our voicemails. Hit us up at all those places. Get a hold of us. Let us know. I will make sure the question gets out this week. I will not have another podcast foul like I did this week, and we will get you squared away. Stu, we're going to have a movie club coming up on Glass. We may even be able to do it this upcoming week, potentially.
Ooh. Well, we're going to be seeing it this week. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to see it. So let's we'll talk about that, and that may be what we're going to do next week. We'll just have to see.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Stu, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did this. Like, even though I'm starving, this was a ton of fun.
Yes. I can always talk about food.
Me too. All right, super friends. Well, from all of us here at the Fortress of Nerditude to all of you out there, wherever you may be, may the Force be with you. Always.
Onion rings.